Now, does the World Trade Organization matter anymore is the big question hanging over the conference as trade ministers from its member countries gather in Nairobi. The organization is increasingly at risk of being sidelined as a group of countries that do trade and investment deals outside. Our reporter Zindzi Kibiku looks at the impact WTO will have on the fashion industry.
The World Trade Organization is here and Nairobi is yet again at the center of it all. About 7,000 delegates from across the globe are in the country and important discussions are taking place. But will the dialogue have a positive impact to the fashion industry in Kenya? A few miles from the conference, we meet Daniel Munei, one of the traders in Nairobi's busiest markets. It is another workday for him at his retail shop. The father of four is quite optimistic the big trade conference will have a ripple effect.
Naona itatusaidia sababu kutoka Monday jana tumeanza kuona dalili za wageni kuingia kwenye soko letu, na pia jana tuliweza kuuza. Tukiangalia hapo nyuma tulikuwa tu tunakuja hapa tunakaa bila mteja hata mmoja. Tuseme kuanzia November, not September, hatukuwa na wageni kuingia hapa kwa soko letu. Tulikuwa tunakaa unakaa for 1 week bila kuuza chochote. Lakini kuanzia jana Monday tumeanza kuona wageni wanakuja, hata saa hii wameanza kukuja, wanachukua tu vitu. Unaona mtu hawezi enda nyumbani bure.
The World Trade Organization event happening for the first time on the African continent in Kenya has brought hope for traders such as Daniel. This could mean more foreign tourists coming into the country and therefore boosting this kind of market.
Tukiomba Wizara ya Tourism wana Barara actually vile anaweza wakati alikuwa kwa serikali ya Kibaki, hata hii serikali ya Uhuru Kenyatta atufanyie hivyo tu, atuletea wageni. Sababu tunajua Wizara ya Tourism ndio huwa inatufanyia sisi watu wa curious tupate wageni.
Anne McCreath, CEO of the local clothing brand Kiko Romeo, explains to us what opportunities the World Trade Organization can bring to the table.
WTO is all about multilateral trade. It's about opening new markets, and I think the campaign for developing countries has very much been around market access. And what I'm very excited about is the WTO has set up centres in various countries around the world, including Ghana, where they've actually put fashion, art and design on the list of activities they do. And I think when I look around the world at their different centres, that does feature, but to date in Africa, there hasn't been much emphasis on creative industries, and I'm certainly hoping that them being here and in discussions that we can make sure that fashion, art and design are on the agenda.
She also believes that policies set in place by the government could mean a boost for the fashion umbrella, not just in Kenya but also Africa at large. An idea the founder of Couture Africa magazine, Olive Gashara, also believes. Olive talks to me about how trade in different sectors complement each other.
To local designers and the ability to produce, it also ties onto the availability of local raw materials, right? So again, now fashion then now ties back to agriculture and cotton, and how much is there cotton available, and when the cotton is available, what happens to it? Does it all get exported, or is it created into fabric in Kenya?
Both Olive and Anne have confidence that the growing spending middle class in Africa, as well as open trade borders, could spark growth for the industry.
The middle class sort of grows, then you will actually see a sort of budding fashion industry, so to speak. Even if you just look at the rise of all the malls that are coming up, and if you go inside, it's just fashion store after fashion store after fashion store. So there is a target for these people, because as the middle class rises, what happens is that they have more disposable income. When they have more disposable income, they'll be able to spend on more random things, like, as opposed to just being that has like your 2 pairs of shoes, one black, one brown, you can be able to have, a pink one and a yellow one, just because it's fun. So it really depends on the whole economics of what's going on in the country today.
As countries develop in Africa, and as we've seen in Kenya, fashion and lifestyle become critical. As people have more spending power, they want to look better, they want their houses to look better, and it becomes a driver of retail sales. It becomes a driver of the economy, of how we represent our country. You can't imagine a sophisticated coffee house, without a fashion industry. And yet, if you use fashion and lifestyle to market, everything else is a given.
If the trade talks bear fruit, for traders such as Daniel, this could mean more foreign tourists, especially after the drop the tourism sector had faced. It will also be a U-turn for him, as he is optimistic to go back to exporting some of these products, a venture he says he misses. Zindzi Kibiku, KTN News.